Hey folks, this is Mason Weaver, author of It's Okay to Leave the Plantation, but you have to leave it. It would not leave you, you have to leave it. So I want to talk today about the NAACP. We are always criticizing the peaceful, moderate Muslims for not speaking out against the Islamic terrorists coming out of their midst. We're always saying you should speak up, just speak out. So I agree with that. I think that you black folks, we should be speaking out against the nonsense of the NAACP. They have lost their bearings. They have not been effective for 50 years. All they're doing now seems to be just starting trouble, raising money, raising conscience of themselves. Recently, they have demanded a meeting with the head of the National Football League to discuss this quarterback who did not want to stand for the national anthem. And they're claiming it is a First Amendment question. They're saying this guy has the right, the First Amendment right, to disrespect our flag in public. Don't they understand that the First Amendment and everything in the Constitution is between you and the government? It's not you and private citizens. You do not have a First Amendment right to come to my home or come to my business and act a fool. You don't have a First Amendment right at your job to stand up and say anything. The idea that this guy, Pumpernickel, whatever his name is, has the right to demonstrate at his boss's place of employment is ludicrous. It's crazy. It's insane. The Constitution is a document restricting the government. There is nothing in the Constitution restricting you in relationship to your government. But you and I on the streets, buddy, you do not have a constitutional right to come down my driveway and protest and demonstrate. You do not have a First Amendment right to come up to me and insult me. I am not your government. So therefore, NAACP, get your act together. I noticed that you did not, First Amendment rights seems to be important to you, but I noticed you don't think that if someone says, praise Trump, if someone says that I like the Confederate flag, all of a sudden the First Amendment right to free speech does not seem to cover people who say things that you don't like. So if I have a problem with my neighbor, that's between me and my neighbor, NAACP, mind your business. You are useless, ineffective organization. It's only for self-promotion and raising money. You're just putting pressure on people over a flag. You started that mess with the South Carolina Confederate flag. You started that mess. No one cared about a Confederate flag until you made it an issue. Black folks have never been intimidated by a Confederate flag. Black people have never been afraid of a statue. We have never been afraid of a monument. You're making it an issue to bring attention to your organization. A statue will not keep black folks from shooting black folks on the streets tonight in Chicago. But I see no protest from you there. A statue and a monument will not make those inner city schools that you control and you support to continue to teach our children nothing, indoctrinate our children, gang prep 101, and make them ill prepared for college when they graduate, if they graduate. And then you put pressure on Congress to allow them, college, to allow them to come into college unprepared. And what you end up doing is taking the brightest 9% of black high school graduates, and you are pushing them into colleges above their preparation, above what the schools they went to have prepared them to compete in. So now you got the top 9% that should have gone to a local state college, perhaps. But you force them into a university level on affirmative action where they cannot compete. So now you have the 9% top black high school graduates become college dropouts because of the garbage that you're pushing. If you really wanted black power, if you really wanted black success, you'll be protesting those inner city public schools that are turning out junkies, gang members, and prostitutes. You will be protesting the situation in your community with the drug dealers and the pimps. You will be marching in front of Planned Parenthood if you had any conscience and legitimacy. So NAACP, please back up, shut up, and leave us alone. We will handle the racial problems in America. We, the people, black people and white people, will handle the problems of America. That's our job. We live together. All day long, we see each other. White people and black people see each other going to church, going to work, getting our car fixed. I just had a sandwich in the store a minute ago. Every day, all day long, we're on the bus together, the theater together, the restaurants together. We see no racial problems among us until we get home and listen to you clowns on the 6 o'clock news. All of a sudden, there's a racial problem someplace. You and your paid mobs will not destroy America for being Americans. We don't have to come together. We just have to live together. My neighbor don't have to like me. My neighbor can insult me. My neighbor can go up to my fence line and call me anything he wants to. He and I will handle that. I do not need to be managed. And black folks, by the way, do not need to be protected from a statue. So, it's time for black folks to raise up and call out these hustlers. Call out these social pimps. Call them out. They're destructive to your community and to your family. They're destructive to the cause of living together as Americans. They hate America. They hate America. They hate freedom. Call them out. This is Mason Weaver. It's okay to leave the plantation. Get the book and read it and find out what's really going on in your country. Stay right or be left.